I'm proud to be here once again as we honor all of you. It is a tradition that I look forward to every fall semester, and I also have the pleasure each year of presenting the President's Medal, our institution's highest administrative honor, at tonight's ceremony. This year, the medal goes to one very deserving individual, David Weinstein.
Well, thank you very much, Frank, for that generous introduction and for this special honor. My mother would be proud, and my father would be amazed. I'm also grateful to all my family for their support, and especially proud that my son, Matt, is here tonight to join us. But most of all, congratulations to all of you students. Together with your proud parents, your families, and your friends, we celebrate your academic excellence, and we applaud you tonight. We need future leaders like you, bright, hardworking, diverse, and creative, to repair the torn fabric of our national and global communities. My connection with Queens College runs deep. I was born in Flushing Hospital. I grew up in a two-family house in Whitestone. I graduated from Bayside High School, and I now live in a suburb of Boston. But tonight, it's great to be back on this beautiful Queens College. And my connections with Queens College run through my mother. Her name was Molly. She was a first-generation college student, and like many of you, she epitomized academic excellence. After bringing up my sister and me, she returned to Queens as an adult, earned the master's degree in philosophy, and taught here for 13 years. She loved this place. In fact, she said it made her feel high, in an academic sense, of course. And she often talked Socrates and Plato with her students over slices at the pizzeria on Casino Boulevard. But in the fall of 1990, she died unexpectedly. And the last time I spoke in Colden Auditorium was 34 years ago, October 1990, at this very spot, when the college celebrated my mom's life and invited me to speak. So my connection to this place, it's unforgettable. And as Queens celebrated its 100th commencement this year, my mom would have celebrated her 100th birthday this very month. Thank you. So I'm the proud son of a Queens College professor, and it's fitting that tonight, this place and this time coincide to showcase through each one of you the inextinguishable power of academic excellence. You're academic stars. You're the pride of Queens. You're succeeding in college, studying, learning, exploring future careers. But my philosopher mother would ask, how do you make that success last? How do you translate your academic excellence into a rewarding career and a good life? Now, I'm not a philosopher, but from my lived experience, I think to answer the question, you need to solve a four-part, personal, simultaneous equation. And you don't have to be a math major to do it. I believe there are four keys to a good career and a good life. First, find what you love to do. Second, find what you're good at. Third, find someone to pay you for doing what you're good at. And fourth, when it's time, find the courage to change. Now, the good news is most of you students are already solving the first two keys to success. You're finding what you love and you're finding what you're good at. Now, I joked earlier about my parents. They had different takes on life. Mom's glass was always half full. When I brought home a college report card with 4 A's and 1 B minus, Mom celebrated the A's. She asked what I learned in each A class. But my dad, the lawyer, he focused on that darn B minus. He said, "Why don't you spend more time at what you're weakest at?" Now, Dad, I still love you, but Mom was right. I relished social studies and English, and I always did well in those subjects. That's who I am. I wasn't cut out for chemistry or statistics. I was discovering who I am not. And I separated myself from the weak stuff. I cut it loose. So spend your time on what you love. Play to your strengths. You can manage around the weaknesses, especially if you honestly recognize them. Look for the A's in your academic and personal portfolios, the places where you naturally excel, where you're in the zone. Now, the third key to success is finding someone to pay you for doing what you love. Career paths are tricky these days. Job markets are unpredictable. The very nature of work is in flux. Is it remote or is it in person? Is it human or is it driven by AI? But I think through your part-time and summer jobs, you can experiment. You can match your passions and strength with companies that share your values and promote your professional development. And don't worry, if you can't find someone to pay you, the Academy has a solution. It's called graduate school. And it can open lots more doors for you as well. Now, the fourth key is finding the courage to change. The great evolutionary scientist, Charles Darwin, reportedly said, "It's not the strongest nor the most intelligent of the species that survives. It's the one most adaptable to change." My mom had the courage to change, from a traditional housewife to a Queens College professor. And that made all the difference in her life and legacy. President Wu changed from a lawyer to a college president. And I changed from a lawyer to a business executive to an educator, from wearing my dad's shoes to Mom's. After a great career at Fidelity Investments, it was time for me to change. I examined what I love, what I'm good at, and fortunately, I no longer needed a paycheck. I always loved writing. It's in my DNA. And as a child, I saw my mom and dad writing with number 2 pencils in their hand. And back then, I thought in order to think well, I first had to hold a yellow pencil in my own hand. I saw back then that writing is the way we connect the dots of our learning. And so I retired from Fidelity and founded the nonprofit organization Write the World. We're a free online writing community. We've helped over 120,000 students in over 125 different countries to write better and to become global citizens. Last year, teens wrote 8.5 million words on our site. Now, by comparison, all 7 books in the Harry Potter series combined, they contain only about 1 million words. And teens write across all genres, from op-ed to poetry to history to journalism and more. And teens write to make change. They write about climate change and social justice. And in this complex and often isolating world, teens write to find their authentic identity. And like Queens, our community develops global citizens, students just like you who respect and value other cultures, races, and backgrounds, who seek friendships across oceans and borders. In closing, I'll treasure this President's Medal. It connects me with the public education mission of Queens College. And you students represent the very best of that mission. So keep up your hard work, engage with your teachers, find what you love, find what you do well, and find the courage to align that with your careers and lives. Solve your four-part personal simultaneous equation. Bring the individuality and the academic excellence that we recognize tonight to a world that urgently needs it. And I can't wait to see the impact that you're going to make. Thank you so much.